Award-winning news team, Lynn Brooks, Terry Brewer, weather with Richard Scott, and sports with Gary Harris.
Coming up in home team weather, it is mighty hot on this Tuesday afternoon. 89 to Tuscaloosa, Montgomery, 86 in Birmingham. How hot it's going to get over the next few days? And what about better rain chances to talk about? Your forecast is coming up.
It's a major economic announcement for Tuscaloosa County. Hundreds of new jobs on the way, some with six-figure salaries. We'll show you where. And Tuscaloosa school leaders are talking about possible budget cuts. Find out what it could mean for your child. We're glad you're with us this evening. I'm Terry Brewer.
And I'm Lynn Brooks. Good news, if you're looking for a job, more than 1,000 brand new jobs are headed to our state.
That's right. We start in Tuscaloosa County, where hundreds of jobs are on the way at a new coal mine.
Details in tonight's top story. Walter Energy announced today it's building a new coal mining project with a $1 billion price tag that's expected to create about 530 new jobs. Officials say the underground coal mine will be built near Brandon School Road and Highway 69 North in northern Tuscaloosa County. Walter Energy officials saying they're also building facilities in Fayette County and Walker County, also a coal terminal in Mobile. Walter Energy spokesman Dennis Hall says the employees will make a six-figure salary.
Construction will start hopefully sometime this summer. It'll be done in segments. It will create about 500 jobs in Tuscaloosa County, and average salary with benefits about $120,000 a year.
Officials say the Blue Creek Energy Mine will be operational in 2018. Construction in Fayette and Walker counties will go on while the mine is being developed. The coal terminal in Mobile, meanwhile, is expected to go online in about 2 years.
Moving now to Montgomery, where the Hyundai plant is revving up job opportunities. They're looking for more than 800 new employees. Hyundai says it's looking to add a third shift to make more Sonatas and Elantras. Company officials say it should raise the plant's output by about 20,000 vehicles this year. Hyundai says hiring and training will begin this summer, and the plant will start the new shift in September. The added production is expected to create new jobs at parts supply companies. On your education watch, major changes may soon be on the way to your child's classroom. Alabama State Superintendent of Education Dr. Tommy Bice says budget cuts are forcing leaders to think outside the box to find ways to meet the needs of their students.
He made those comments at the State of the Schools address in Tuscaloosa this morning. The main focus at that meeting, funding for public education here in Alabama. Bice says Alabama lawmakers are currently looking at the education budget, and no matter the outcome, Bice says it's important to remain positive.
One of the positives, if you can make any sort of positive out of this, is it is causing us to rethink how we do education, which isn't always a bad thing. It's causing us to change some of our policies to allow school systems to be more creative and more innovative on how they meet the needs of their students. Our biggest challenge, though, is that means that our school, as we know it, may look different. But that's okay, because we're serving a different population than we did 20 years ago.
So what could budget cuts mean for your child's education?
Tuscaloosa school leaders say they're hoping for the best but preparing for the worst. Tuscaloosa City School Superintendent Dr. Paul McKendrick and Tuscaloosa County Schools Interim Superintendent Dan Butler say they are waiting for the legislature's decision on funding for education in Alabama. McKendrick says the city school system could be losing teachers, while Butler says county schools don't have any more room to cut teachers.
The number of students per classroom will continue to go up as long as we have reduced funding. And so, therefore, we're averaging 31.5 children per class in the Tuscaloosa County school system. I don't know, with the loss of 25 more teachers and that we have 1,200 teachers, I don't know how much that will impact that.
We anticipate and have projected that we might lose anywhere from 12 to 16 staff members. That is, if the divisors are what they have been told to be. But some of the legislation that's there is supposedly done to reduce the divisors, and if that's the case, then the 12 to 16 people that we're talking about that might be lower.
And parents and students in the Tuscaloosa City School System can expect to see some changes coming up. That's according to Dr. Paul McKendrick. A new ROTC program is coming to Bryant High School for the fall. Charges for summer school have been lowered. Changes to the bell schedule when students return in the fall, and the work continues to rebuild University Place and Alberta Elementary, destroyed in the April 27th tornado. McKendrick says University Place Elementary is scheduled to be reopened in August 2013. Parents and students in the Tuscaloosa County School District can also expect some changes. According to Interim Superintendent Dan Butler, a new superintendent will be announced on June 15th. Holt Elementary School, which was damaged in the April 27th tornado, is scheduled to reopen in October of this year. The new Southern Elementary is set to open in August 2013, followed by the new Brookwood High School in December 2013.
Big changes going on right now at Tuscaloosa's Forest Lake neighborhood. After much anticipation, workers are out there removing debris from last April's tornado. As the cleanup crews continue to clear that lake, Forest Lake neighborhood residents are monitoring the progress. Some say they are happy with the rate of removal. Also, residents are helping the ducks in that area by giving them some small wading pools. Linda Parsons with the Forest Lake Neighborhood Association told us it will still take some time to restore all the iconic areas of that tornado-ravaged part of town, but still progress is being made.
Now, if you have not started construction yet, you're not really ready to plant. But for those people who were remodeling or had made substantial progress on their construction, they've actually started to plant. So there have been a number of trees planted already.
The city of Tuscaloosa is overseeing the debris cleanup. DRC Emergency Services out of Mobile was hired to clean up the lake. Homeowners believe the lake will be cleared within the next 2 months.
There's a new sign of recovery in Tuscaloosa. Royal Fine Cleaners has a new home on University Boulevard. They were open for 4 months on 15th Street before the tornado hit. On Monday, they reopened in their new location. For owner Bill Wright, financially opening back up represents just one more step. Finally moving back, coming open again, represents one more step in moving forward for the city of Tuscaloosa.
It is absolutely one more step in normalcy. We all need to get back to normal, and I hope every business owner that was affected, I know a lot of them are going through a lot of processes that they can't control, and my only thing I can say is just stay diligent. You know, hopefully this will be a beacon for the other businesses that, you know, can open and will open.
The new location sits across from the federal courthouse in downtown Tuscaloosa. In Cleveland, Ohio, 5 men are behind bars accused of conspiring to blow up a bridge.
Investigators say the public was never in any danger. An undercover FBI agent was involved and the explosives were inert. The suspects range in age from 20 to 35. Authorities saying 3 of the suspects are self-proclaimed anarchists. The FBI says the target of the plot was the bridge over the Cuyahoga Valley National Park in Brecksville. The Brecksville area, that's about 15 miles south of downtown Cleveland.
I want to begin again by stressing that despite the defendant's worst intentions and aims, that during the entire course of yesterday's operation, the public was never in any danger. The defendants never possessed at any time any real explosive material, and their arrest warrants were signed before they got in the car to head to the bridge.
Officials say the suspects are not tied to international terrorism. New at 5 from Nashville, the owners of the Grand Ole Opry are now headed to court.
They're suing 2 government agencies over the floods of 2010. Gaylord Entertainment accuses the Army Corps of Engineers and the National Weather Service of turning the floods that struck Nashville into a man-made catastrophe. 11 people were killed in those floods, and it caused more than $2 billion in damages. The agencies have acknowledged a lack of communications affected the flood warnings.